Favorite movie?
Any questions here?
No, he's really got me thinking.
Any questions on Zoom for James?
Hey James, Trevor Gross from CUTigers.com. Just take us through that incredible goal line stand Saturday night. Not sure many people thought that you'd be able to stop them on 4 consecutive plays when they had first and 2.
Well, that's the good thing about being inside out is it doesn't really matter what people think. But obviously we didn't want to be in that situation. They made 2 pretty amazing plays. I thought Rio's in good coverage on the kind of the first bomb they threw, and then 4th and 1 they converted. I don't even know how that guy caught that ball. But yeah, ball's on the 2-yard line. They got 4 downs to score, and we muscled up and made some huge plays. We pulled it out, and it was great to be a part of that.
We've seen you guys do that so many times over the years in so many games. Obviously, you have a great defense in general overall, but it seems like you're even tougher to score on when the ball gets into the red zone and inside the 10. What makes you guys so tough in those short area situations?
I think it's just will, man. Will to keep people out of the end zone. I've been a part of countless goal line stands now since I've been here, which is pretty cool. And man, it's just a bunch of guys, in the huddle together, kind of talking to each other, like they're not getting in this end zone, and that's kind of what we did, man. We just made a decision. We're gonna, give everything we got, and whatever happens, happens, and we've come out on the right side of it again.
Kind of take us into those huddles and how intense that is at that moment.
Yeah, we're screaming, yelling. I can't, share some of the words that are actually said. We knew Cunningham was. That's their go-to. They're going to get the ball to him. And once we got him to 4th and goal, I think we were pretty comfortable with what was coming next and that we could stop it. But the key is slowing that guy down. We knew he was about to get the ball. They were going to run the football, and he was going to be the guy. So.
You concentrate on stopping stuff up the middle and making it go wide, but he's got so much speed that going wide may not work.
Yeah, in open field maybe, but right there, I think the first play, they ran a stretch. R.J. Mickens inside out makes a great tackle. The second play, we had a little blitz, and I think I made the tackle on Cunningham. But I didn't even pay attention to the running back because it's balls on the 2-yard line. Cunningham's keeping the ball. We knew he was going to keep the ball. And then the third play, they run a little outside zone with the quarterback again. And again, inside out, great pursuit. We made a big play. So, every single one of them, I think you see guys fighting like hell to, keep the edge and force him back inside. And that's a little harder to do in open field, but in the goal line right there, there's only so much space. We accomplished the task. So.
Mickens was really huge on that series too. Talk about what he was able to do to help you guys.
He made some two huge tackles in those 4 downs. Don't get me wrong, none of us were perfect that game. Look at the stat sheet. I think he had like 170 yards rushing, that guy. And I had some misfits. Mickens had some misfits. We've had some things that didn't go our way. But what matters most is when it mattered most. We had guys like that step up and make plays, and that's all you can ask for. So we just got to get back, learn from the mistakes, own it, and continue to try to make big plays in big moments.
What's the secret of halftime adjustments? Because I don't know if people realize, but in the locker room, V only gets maybe 5 minutes when you're at the max to make halftime. What's the real key to halftime?
I'm still learning that myself. That's a question for Coach V. I'm just all ears, trying to soak up everything he has to say. But I think it's the key is just trying to make small details to disrupt what they're doing well. Because you could have one plan that's taking away something they do well, but on another thing they do well, they're kind of have our number. So it's about making small, tiny adjustments to just disrupt whatever they were doing well in that first half, and then seeing how it affects. And then not even halftime adjustments. We're full on in-game adjustments. Any time that we're off the field. It's, on the sideline huddled up. Coach V is putting something together, going over what they did well and how we can be better at stopping it.
James, you know much about UConn so far and some of the struggles they're having this year, or does it even matter?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a college football team with college football players who, I know they got a new coach. I think they're being pretty creative offensively, and they pose some threats in spaces. They're just another opponent, and that's how we need to look at it. And if we were looking at it in any other way, there's an issue. So, but I know this team is locked in, and it's just we're playing Clemson this week again. We say it all the time here. We're just playing Clemson, and it's a good opportunity for us to just keep building on what we got going.
You talk about people on the outside not really paying attention. I mean, after Georgia Tech, when we are people on the outside talking about what's the matter with this offense, and yet they keep grinding week after week and have made the plays that have won a bunch of games for you guys too. That's got to be something to say about who they are.
I mean, past 2 weeks when we needed it from them, they showed up big time. They're getting better and better. There was never a doubt in my mind that was going to happen. I believe it. We all believe it. And it's just being patient, just keep working. Keep knocking away, and it'll come. So that's kind of what you're seeing right now.
I know you say one game at a time, but do you sit here and think, hey, we still got a chance to be champions in the ACC?
Yeah, it's a possibility, right?
Yeah.
It's a possibility, and so until it's no longer a possibility, I won't sit here and tell you that. I believe it. That's how we get preached to. That's how you got to believe that. You have to have an unshakable belief about any possibilities, and if we just keep taking care of our business, then maybe that'll happen for us. And fingers crossed it does.
Bo and Davis were talking about earlier that you learned something different from adversity or a more difficult season rather than just winning all the time. Do you feel like you've learned anything about yourself or this team or this program that's going through a season like this is different?
I don't think I've learned something new. I think I've had more validation on the kind of guys we have here and what this place is all about. My first 5, that sounds weird to say, but pretty smooth sailing, as far as being 12-0 a lot of the times, ACC championship, you're going to the playoff, and competing for national championships. And this year's just been a little different. Every single game has been last possession, and it's fun. Don't get me wrong. I'm having a hell of a time playing football this year. And probably the most fun I've had since I've been here, to be honest with you. Maybe it's not the season that we've hoped for, but I love the guys we got in the room. I love the chemistry. I love everything about what this year's brought. And so I don't think we've learned anything new. I just think it's kind of validating the foundation we've built and validating what it takes to win a game and how hard it is to win consistently for a very long time. And that's just what we're going to keep trying to do. If we finish strong well, I think we'll continue to build a good foundation for next year's team and the next year and the next year and the next year.
I think Coach Sweeney was saying that he's having a lot of fun with this group. And, I think he told a story about the bus driver up in Louisville. Said this is one of the best groups I've ever had in 15 years of driving buses and stuff like that. How special is the group of guys in the locker room? Where do they rank with the other teams?
Every team is special. I've enjoyed every group. I think this year's just. I'm an old head in the room. Kind of a senior leader. So I don't know. It's just like I said, the chemistry's really good. Always smiling, always laughing. There's not a dull moment with these guys. And then it just rubs off everywhere, and so it's been the most fun I've had playing football, ever in my life, for sure.
Have you allowed yourself to think, what you're going to get asked next week, right? It's coming next week. Oh my gosh, it's your last game. Last game. Have you allowed yourself to think, all right, I've got two left.
Yeah.
I'm not going there yet.
I haven't gone there. I'm so locked in on task at hand, but that's crazy to think about. That's crazy. Played a lot of football in that stadium, so it's gonna be weird knowing it's the last couple. It's gonna be emotional. You may see me cry out there. Just go ahead and say that, yeah. But no, it'll be awesome though. It's been a great ride. I've enjoyed every second of playing football here and playing in that stadium. So I'm just gonna try to end it the right way.
Anything else for James?
James, I guess I was going to ask just about Cunningham. Did he catch you by surprise at all? Was he faster than you thought, or was it about what you were expecting from Tate?
No, it's about what we expected. He's a baller. That guy can play some football. He's running away from everybody. But I could go through the tape with you right now. I could talk through every big play they've had and what we did wrong. We misfit a lot of things. People just see this guy making plays, and he did. Give a lot of credit to Louisville. They played a great game. They have a great offensive line. They got great skill, great quarterback. Give them a lot of credit. Don't get me wrong, but there's also a lot of areas where we're half a step too late, or on the wrong side of someone, or I'm fitting somewhere where a guy thinks he should be fitting, and it's just not the case, or vice versa. So we didn't help ourselves a lot either, and that's something a lot of the times outside in you don't really understand or see, and that's fine. It's part of the game, but like I say, give him a lot of credit, but also we need to help ourselves a little better and be more precise and take better angles and funnel the ball back to our help.
Hey, Jamie. Go, Larry.
No, you go ahead, Anna.
Oh, I was just going to ask, what are the ways you have seen DJ's leadership change, grow over recent weeks?
Yeah, I think he's become a little more vocal. He's always been a level-headed, steady, confident guy. He's been under the spotlight for years now. So, he understands. He understands what that's like. He understands the responsibility that comes with that. And the greatest, like that. That's the. I don't think I've seen anything different than he's just been steady, just reliable, steady, level-headed. Smooth as can be. Just shows up every day and goes to work. It doesn't look phased at all, no matter what's going on. And that's good to see when that's your quarterback. And same with Tyson. I think Tyson's done a great job of elevating that room, and during moments and times, and just they work together really well. So they make each other better, and then DJ just being steady, level-headed.
Jamie, just curious, when you play more nickel and dime, it of course makes you a lot more versatile, able to do a lot of different things, but when you play against a team that's really good running like outside zone and also running inside, is it just naturally harder from a numerical and maybe even a size perspective to hold up as well when against the run?
Yeah. Yeah. You could. There's a lot of arguments you could take on why this happened or why that happened, but I think Coach V always has a great game plan, and the numbers are right. I can tell you that. He thinks about it. If there's 4 guys here, it's 5 gaps to cover, and we've always got that down. So it's about guys executing and being physical, and I think you got to give Louisville a lot of credit. That was me and Balin were talking during the game, and that was a big, physical, heavy-handed O-line. Really knew what they were doing, knew how to target, comfortable in their scheme. That's a good offense, a very good offense. And, they got some big ones on us, and a lot of those big runs are, guys in wrong gaps or guys not fitting things correctly. And, there was a couple drives where they were getting 8, 9 apiece on some stretches, and I think that's us just having to be more physical and be better at the point of attack. And like I said, it's all about how you fit things. There's countless plays where I wish I could have back and do something a little different, and I'm sure there's 10 other dudes that were on the field that would say the same.
I guess to your point, you could argue that just a week earlier, y'all did okay stopping Florida State's run. Same alignments.
Exactly. I think we do a lot of looking in the mirror around here. I don't want to sit here and be like, we should have been in this or should have been in that. Man, I'm not a DC. I'm not even close to that yet. So I rather kind of look in the mirror and say, what could I have done better?
Anybody else for James? All right. Thanks, James.